Welcome back to the garage. Now that the bonnet's more or less done, I'm going to get on with filling this hole here. I thought I'd start making the drip rail that goes around the front of the cowl vent. So I've just welded up and bent a piece, and now a few pie cuts in there, and I can get the profile and that angle correct. I'm just going to weld that up, and then I'll cut the top off of it, and then I'll end up with this shape here, what I made before in one of the other videos you'll see, and that's going to get welded here to make an aperture, and then I'll be able to strengthen up this end of the bonnet here with a piece that just simply comes down, just a return lip, because at the moment that's quite fragile, quite bendy. So if I get this in, get it in exactly the right place, then I can match this to that and then sort of finish this area. I've got to make some sort of scoop into the panel down here. One way or another, I need to collect any water that gets in there as well. So I might make it in a little Z pattern, and then at the bottom of here I'll have a pipe dripping out to collect any water. That way I get fresh air into the compartment, but I don't get the water, hopefully. So this little dripper here will collect anything that will drip off to the front, and then anything that makes it into there, which probably will happen, I've got to make so that it gets out rather than in. I've got a little bit of finishing up to do. This somehow has dipped down quite a bit. I don't know whether it's been trod on or just bent through the heat of welding, but I'll get a jack in there and pull that up straight. I'll pull it up to match the back edge of this, because there is a very slight peak in the middle, and I'm going to peak this piece here and this piece here. I've taken out that badge. I'm going to peak that just a little bit so it all matches the vent cowl. A little bit further along now, I've made the front drip rail, welded it in, and I've just put these little bits of rope in here just to pack it out a little bit for now. So my cowl vent fits in there. It lines up nice at the sides, lines up nice that side, and fits in the hole, but I've got quite a hump at the back. See the hump at the back? Don't like that. A bit of it is because that's misshaped there, but to get the shape back, I've cut a piece of steel that matches and gaps nicely at the front. I've cut a piece of steel there, and then that's got the gap in it. So what I'm going to do is I'll weld it here, weld it down there, weld it in the middle so the gap's nice here, and then I'll form that back edge to match the back of here. I'll put a little fillet piece in, and then I'll weld it in, so this looks like one continuous line going across there, but it also matches the continuous line that's in my cowl vent. I don't want to start cutting the cowl vent apart because it really fits nice with the bonnet anyway. So that's what I'm going to do next. I'm going to weld this piece in now that I've got it made, tack it along, and then I'll pull that edge down a little bit and then weld it to here and then smooth that in. So more welding, more welding. I've got a bit further along. I'm happy with the gap at the back and the way it looks. So I've just put the bonnet back on and recut the bonnet. And the bonnet at the moment's got no strength in it at all. I cut all the strength out when I was doing the louvers and when I was doing the cut for this. So just bent up a bit of metal, which is going to go inside and then weld all the way along, and then I'll cut it off to length, and that's going to give me sort of rigidity across here, because that's going to be like 10mm deep, and then this won't move, it won't flex. I'll then build the strengthener back into the sides like the factory strengthener, and then I'll do the same to this side and get the factory strengtheners back in. Kind of running out of time today, so I might get a little bit of this done. I don't want to take the bonnet back off because I've just aligned it all, tacked it all in place, and I don't want to get the bonnet off just to show what it looks like from the inside, so I'll show you that another day. But it's getting closer. Looking nicer at the front. That's getting more flush. There you go. I'll get this welded in. Right, it's all welded in. Just work my way along there, and now I'll cut that off, grind that flat, and I'll have strengthening on the inside of the panel, holding that shape, that bow, and then you won't be able to press down on this bit of the panel and it shouldn't flex. So I'll just cut that off now and then show you what it looks like. Right, that's all ground off, pretty much level. And now the bonnet is super strong in the middle, almost no flex, so when I put any filler and paint and all that stuff on, it's more important to have strong unflexing bodywork than it is to have it pretty. You've got to get it strong, otherwise anything you do to it now is just going to crack, bend, break. So there you go, flaps in, cowl vents in, all of that top half there's done. I've got a tiny little bit to do in that corner, a little bit of bodywork that's rusty, so crack on with that next time. And then I've decided that this shape here I like, but when it gets down to here it gets really fat. It's a lot broader, and also it's a lot lower than I wanted it to be. It's about 2 inches too low, so I'm gonna narrow all of that section off so it's all the same size all the way down there, and then that'll sort of get rid of that mass of metal in the middle. So I'm going to pie slice the whole front, shorten the front, and then make it so it's all the same width all the way down. I think that'll look better, like proportionally look better. So that's what I'm going to do next time I come, and then I'll continue with the bodywork. So I think once that couple of inches is missing there, I can take away that gap there because the bonnet can come down a bit more. At the moment that block is the same height as what the floor pan is, so I want the bonnet to be the same height as the floor pan. Does that make sense? So I'm going to get rid of some of the mass out of that bonnet. That's it for today. Another job done. See you later.